on WHPC.
Good stuff.
We have a good show called My Hometown, which explores clubs, organizations, businesses, and issues in towns across Nassau and Suffolk counties. Weekly interviews with local guests serve to shed light on Long Island towns by making a difference. Produced by Jim Green, hosted by Bill Horan and the student staff of WHPC. That's My Hometown every Thursday at 4 p.m. right here on WHPC. So
I love listening to that show.
I do too. Bill Horan's great. And
yes.
the kids had too. The students, kids, I call them kids.
Yeah, you call them kids.
Yeah, so anyway, Big Ed's in the house, ready to do the good gold in about 15 minutes.
Nice.
So keep it tuned here to WHPC. No reason to turn the dial off. Let's get to the Yankees, brother.
Yes.
They won the wild card position, something you've been against, actually.
Well, I mean, it was like a big deal the other day because I said, the Yankees have clinched a spot in the playoffs. And as I've said on the show many times, and
your boy Croce might be right. The Yankees didn't come back and take first place.
Well, he's a moron.
Let's not even bring his name up. He said that the Red Sox were going to keep first place the rest of the season, and you laughed at him.
No, I did. First of all, he said the Red Sox were going to win the division by 8 games. He's still an idiot.
Well, it's 5 right now. So.
Well, the point being that the Yankees. It was, like I said, it was a big deal was made of when they clinched the wild card spot. And that's all I call it, is a wild card spot. It's not the postseason. And fine, semantics say it is the postseason. It's one game. It's a one-game playoff. When the Yankees played the Red Sox in 1978 in October, it was a one game.
And that was different.
It was not the postseason.
No.
And you can call it the postseason all you want. It's one game to get to the postseason.
Actually, it counts as games played 163 for the season.
There you go.
So, in the wild card game isn't. So that's just something to think about.
But my point is that from my own, technically from Major League Baseball standpoint, yes, it is the playoffs. I don't regard it as such because I don't want to celebrate playing 162 games and then if your season is over in one game, what have you really accomplished? To me, it's not really anything.
You know, I remember in 1999, or maybe it was 2000, when the Mets got in on the wild card.
Go Mets.
So that was the last game of the season. It was, a big deal.
Yeah.
So that's a little different.
For the Mets at that point, it was a big deal because they hadn't been to the playoffs in a while.
And one thing, I'm watching the clips last night, and I felt bad. Who's the clubhouse reporter, that blonde, really good looking?
Meredith Marakovich?
Yeah. They were, at one point, it's not like the old days when it's Ralph Kiner and Lindsey Nelson getting beer and champagne.
Right.
They literally shook the cans of beer and were giving her a beer bath.
Wow.
And I felt bad after a while because it went on a little too long.
I mean,
I think next year, if she does do this again, if this happens, then maybe she should wear a jacket.
Well, I didn't see it. I didn't see any of it, so I don't know.
Just for her sake, because she could tell. I think she might have been bothered a little bit. She's not going to say it, of course, and I could be wrong.
But she's there with the team every day,
right.
and I've been in situations where I've been in clubhouses where there's been champagne going all over the place. It's not a fun situation for reporters. I can tell you that
because it burns and
not only that. I mean, you get soaking wet.
Right.
Your notebook winds up getting soaking wet. Never mind the fact that you have whatever electronics to record that are also getting soaking wet and cost money to replace. So it's fun for the players. It's not fun for reporters in any way whatsoever.
I would have been a little happier when they win the wild card, go into the playoffs. That would be where I would be happy, just to make the wild card. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they get a bonus if they make the wild card.
I'm pretty sure they do.
And then they can celebrate, but I don't know.
There's a small bonus for all that stuff, for making the playoffs, for advancing in the playoffs,
sure.
And that's all stuff that comes from MLB. So I'm sure the younger players especially are happy because, if the bonus is like even $50,000 a man or something,
that's pretty good.
If I'm Aaron Judge and my salary this year is $510,000 major league minimum, hey, $50,000 is not this. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah. So the Yankees are in the playoffs, so to speak, and that's a good thing, I guess.
Speaking of Aaron Judge, by the way, he hit home runs number 47 and 48 yesterday in Toronto,
wow.
and he does seem like he's back. He's back at number 3 in the batting order. Girardi had him there yesterday.
Okay.
So and he's hitting the ball again. He's hitting the ball with authority, and He's returned to being that dangerous hitter that he was.
Do you think he gets 50
in the first half? He needs 2 home runs to get to 50. One more home run, and he ties Mark McGwire's rookie record. 2 more home runs, and he gets 50. Which how many? I mean,
Well, 7 games left.
Yankees. There are Yankees who have hit 50 home runs. Let's not forget.
Let's got 7 games left. Right?
Yeah, he's got 7 games left to hit 2 home runs. I think it should happen. We're talking probably in the neighborhood of 28 at bats, unless Girardi gives him a day off. So maybe 24 at bats if they have a couple of big run games. We're talking at least 25 at bats.
I'm looking at the AL East right now.
Yes.
Remember when Tampa Bay and Baltimore were in the running?
It was a while ago.
Yeah,
because the Orioles have faded hard, yeah. and the Rays had a little stretch of a couple of weeks where they only won about 2 or 3 games.
Yeah,
and so they went on a big fade as well.
Yeah, they're not very good right now.
So, but yeah, I mean, let's put it this way: when we talked early in spring training, and I said I thought this would be a developmental season, and I was looking forward to the younger players getting another year of experience, and that includes the guys in the minor leagues, especially in the minor leagues, actually. And we were going to see who these players are and what they can bring to the franchise in the future. All right. Nobody could have expected that Aaron Judge would have hit 30 home runs, much less 50.
What did Rob Leonard say?
I don't remember. What did he say?
Rob Leonard say they're going to do better than people think.
There you go.
They're going to make the playoffs.
So correctamundo, my brother.
And why did I say that?
I don't know. I never know why you say anything you say.
I watched a couple of exhibition games, and I said, you know what? They look better than I think.
There you go. So, but that was my thinking, and I wasn't even really all that concerned about, well, playoffs, postseason, whatever. If it happened, great. If not, okay. But right now, the Yankees are looking at a situation where they're playing at home. They're more than likely going to be playing the Minnesota Twins, who they have dominated for years. So I don't want to assume anything, but I have to assume because we're a radio show and we're
We do
I was going to say we're paid to do this, but we're not paid. But that's the business. I have to assume that it's going to be the Yankees and the Indians in one side of the playoffs, and the other side would wind up being the Boston Red Sox against the Houston Astros. Now, after that, we'll see what happens. But that is more than likely where the American League playoffs are going to go. And I'm fine with that. And let's see what the Yankees can do against the Cleveland Indians. And maybe the Indians have peaked already, and when they won 22 in a row, maybe now they return to earth, and maybe the Yankees can get past them. I don't know. And if they don't, it's not. I don't have any delusions as a Yankees fan that the Yankees are going to win a World Series this year. I don't expect that. I don't think it's even possible.
No, but it's funny.
It could happen.
I was watching Girardi in an interview, and he thanked everyone but his newspaper boy for the wins.
Who's this newspaper boy? I don't know what that means.
That's a joke, Timmy.
I don't know what that means.
It means he thanked everyone but his newspaper boy.
Oh, the kid who delivers the paper, you mean? I thought you were talking about reporters. I don't know what that you
Did they call you newspaper boy when you started out?
No, they just call me paper boy, not newspaper boy.
Well, oh, God.
Come on, brother.
You have to learn to
be better.
You have to learn to understand how Rob Leonard speaks.
Like I said, that's an ongoing life challenge for me.
And you become a better person when you speak with me.
Yes, brother.
Because I bring up all these points.
Anyway, let's move on.
Like solid state. Remember, I tried to get that as my catchphrase.
So again, Aaron Judge has an outside chance, or at least a decent chance, to get to 50 home runs.
Well, he's leading the AL.
Yes, still leading the AL. I mean, that's
48 compared to
for all the people who complained about Aaron Judge, and yes, the slump was prolonged and it was kind of brutal, but he still leads the American League in home runs.
And he's third in RBIs.
RBIs. How many does he have now?
105.
105. He scored more than 100 runs.
Kay Davis has 105.
That's Chris Davis.
And Cruz from Seattle has 150.
That's Nelson Cruz.
Okay.
So, and all this talk about the Triple Crown at the All-Star break, and I said at the All-Star break that Aaron Judge is not going to hit 333 all season.
No.
But you know what? I said this at the All-Star break as well.
Aaron Judge is at 281. That's a pretty
But I said at the All-Star break, if Aaron Judge for the next 15 years, or even 12 years, gives the Yankees a 270 batting average, 50 home runs, 120 RBIs, and a plus 400 on base percentage, I'm thrilled with that. And even if he strikes out 250 times a season, thrilled. That's a Hall of Famer right there.
Okay.
All right? That's what we're talking about. That's a Hall of Famer.
Let's quickly talk about the Jets and the Giants. We only have a couple of minutes left.
Yes, brother.
no one would ever have bet that the Giants would be 0-3 and the Jets would be 1-2.
Shocking.
This is not
Shocking
good.
that we're talking about the Jets' first win before the Giants' first win.
And somehow Ben McAdoo has to sit down with Eli Manning and figure out what's going on here. Maybe get rid of the West Coast offense, do something different.
No, you can't. You can't get rid of the West Coast offense now.
Well,
you're 3 games into the season.
You got to do something because the Giants are looking worse than the Jets in many ways.
The problem that we're dealing with the Giants is they've played 1 good quarter of football out of 12. And Ben McAdoo is an offensive coach. He was an offensive coordinator before he became the head coach. He's the guy that needs to figure it out because this is his offense.
It is, and it's doing crappy.
But again, this all comes back to the offensive line. And if you're going to run an offense that's predicated on the pass, like obviously the West Coast offense is, you need a line.
Well,
and somewhere along the way, the Giants kind of got lost and said, oh, well, yeah, the line's not so good, but, we'll get by. Well, no. There are ways around a bad line, and that's quick passes, 3-step drops, and unload quickly. And this way you won't get sacked because the opposing, the defensive line and linebackers don't have time to get to the backfield. Even if they're blitzing, if you 3-step drop and do it right, but you're only going to gain a couple 4 yards on a play. But when I saw Eli's numbers today, and he threw for 366 yards,
which isn't bad.
No, that's how the Giants need to play. They have shown in 3 games they can't run the ball. So why continue to try to run the ball when it's not working? I don't understand. This is what the Patriots have been doing for years. Quick hits, quick slants, 6 yards at a time, 4 yards at a time, 8 yards at a time. Boom, boom, boom. Brady will throw for between 300 and 400 yards a game as a matter of course.
Right.
And why the Giants don't play the exact same way, I can't figure it out because they have enough targets to do it. They have enough weapons to spread the ball around and keep defenses guessing where it's just quick hits, boom, and maybe Beckham breaks one and turns it into a 70-yard touchdown. And that's how they need to play.
And you know what? Nothing against Beckham because I like him, but don't do the dog.
Oh, that was horrible.
You know what?
That was horrible.
When you're losing, you can't do stuff like that. When you're winning, it looks great.
No,
it's fun.
It's bad either way.
Well,
that was disgusting.
Yeah.
And I was at CBS yesterday when that happened, and the universal opinion of the people I was working with is A, what is he doing, and B, that was horrible.
Yeah, well,
that was.
It's even worse when you're losing.
He was not thinking when he did that because that was just stupid.
Yeah, and yeah, I just didn't think it was right. Anyway, brother, we got a minute left. You want to quickly talk about your boy Harry Kane?
Harry Kane, he scored twice
for Tottenham.
Tottenham beats West Ham 3-2. A little bit of a dubious red card.
Liverpool won too.
To be honest, I don't know if Liverpool did win. I didn't see their score this week. Man City won 5-0.
Okay.
Man United won 4-0.
That's a lot of goals. That's good.
But Jose Mourinho is facing a suspension because he actually went onto the pitch while the game was going on. You're not allowed to do that as a manager. And then after the game, he denied it because he's a liar.
Well,
he's just a flat-out liar. He was on the field while the game was going on. They had to pull him off the field. And the referee told him, you're done. Go to the stands. You're out of here.
So no, like Pat Riley walking halfway down the court.
Get off the sideline.
On the court.
You are out. And Chelsea also won. But Mourinho is going to get suspended for that.
Okay, well.
Undoubtedly, he will be suspended.
That just about does
Mark
it.
My words.
That marks another end. Well, it marks an end to our show from the Press Box here every Monday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'm sorry, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
10, yes. Get it right.
And I am Rob Leonard. Joining me, of course, is award-winning sports writer and my brother Tim Leonard. Tim, you're at Twitter at
Real Tim Leonard.
Coming up next, Big Ed is in the house. That means oldies will be played. You will enjoy it because Ed does a good job. And after that, more oldies with the original retro mix with Colton Murray. Keep it tuned to WHPC. And thanks for listening. I'll see you Friday with Beatles songs. Bye-bye.
The opinions expressed on air are not necessarily those of WHPC, its management, or Nassau Community College.
Responsible opposing viewpoints will be considered by emailing them to whpc@ncc.edu or by mail to WHPC 1 Education Drive, Garden City, New York, 11530.
Thanks for listening to the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.